at this message.
Prophetic Prayer Initiative on Ending Violent Crisis in Nigeria presents Second Nigeria International Day of Prayer 2022. Theme, O Lord, give us rulers after your heart. 2 Samuel chapter 23 from verse 2 to 4. Lord, hear our cry and heal our land. A day before Nigeria's independence. Speakers, Reverend Dr. Derry Tanariello, USA, ministering. Pastor Ron, USA, ministering. Organized by Calvary Global Prayer and Healing Center in collaboration with Global Leadership Prayer Forum. Date, 30th September 2022. Time, 4:30 p.m. Venue, Best People Assembly, 62 Ordinance, Port Harcourt. All the 36 states and FCT, Abuja. For sponsorship and partnership, call +234 803 7789 or +234 906 844 1210 or +234 902 096 2632. And finally, +234 906 258 3546. You can send your financial donations to EcoBank with account number 3720020634. Reverend Godswill Keenam, convener.
We are Super FM.
Everyone needs a superhero.
You've heard about it. It's real.
It is.
It's
Super FM, Nigeria's #1 family, lifestyle, talk and urban radio station.
It's going. It's out of here.
I get my sports information. Sports.
Patriots and the Giants.
You like football, right? High five, football fan.
I love baseball more than anything.
This is Sports on Super FM, Nigeria's #1 family, lifestyle talk, and urban radio station.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to this fantastic edition of Super Breakfast Sports with me, Merit J, on your #1 family lifestyle talk and urban radio, Super 93.3 FM, Port Harcourt. Today is Friday, the 7th day of October 2022. Now, on the Breakfast Sports show this morning, we're looking to get your reactions to the big news that was revealed yesterday. Lionel Messi finally, for the first time, confirmed that the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup will be his last appearance at the biggest football tournament in the world, the FIFA World Cup. And that got me thinking, this will be his last chance to win the biggest trophy in world football. What if he doesn't win it? Would that take anything away from the claim of being the greatest footballer of all times? But then, he's not the only superstar, who could be playing the last FIFA World Cup in Qatar. What about Ronaldo? What about the likes of Thiago Silva? A lot of people, might be hanging their boots, international football, especially at the World Cup level, after Qatar 2022. So we're asking you on the Super Breakfast Sports Show this morning, should a player rank among the greatest players of all time without winning the FIFA World Cup? That is a really big question. Ponder about it and get back to us. And also, which football star would you like to see win the World Cup this year? A lot of them hanging their boots, retiring at the end of the FIFA World Cup this year. Which of them would you love? Would you really love? I mean, we're not talking about the Nigerians now. We cannot win it. We're not there in the first place. So which of the other stars would you like to see win the World Cup in Qatar 2022? We'll be joined for these discussions by our friend Okwi Osakwe on the show this morning. And I'm sure some people might be feeling a little bit left out. Do not feel left out. We will get your reactions to the Europa League games played last night as well. Arsenal, emphatic victory over Bodo Glimt, 3-0 at the Emirates. And Manchester United, they were scared at halftime. They were 1-0 down. But thanks to good performances by Marcus Rashford and Martial off the bench, they won by 3-2. So we're open to get your reactions down that line as well. Of course, you can get across to us by heading on to our Facebook at Super FMPH to drop your comments. We're live streaming on Facebook now, so head on to our Facebook. We have posts there. You can comment on that, any of them. Just feel free to do that. We're also live streaming on our Super FM Global app. You can head on to your Play Store and search for the app. If you do not already have it, it's at Super FM Global. Search for Super FM Global. Download the app. You can watch the live streaming and you can also drop your comments. And of course, we'll throw the phone lines open when the show as the show progresses. And the WhatsApp line, so you can start dropping your messages, 0905 948 1021. 0905 948 1021. Without wasting any more time, vamos. Once again, welcome to this fantastic edition of Super Breakfast Sports here on Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. We'll kick off things talking about some local football stories. The much-awaited Nigerian National League, the NNL Super 4, has been scheduled to take place from the 16th of October to the 22nd of October 2022. The competition is to be contested by the 4 clubs that have booked the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL tickets, to determine the overall NNL League winner. In a letter sent to participating clubs by the management of the NNL, signed by the Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Emmanuel Adesonya, the Super 4 will take place in Yenagoa, the capital of Bayelsa State. The tournament is scheduled to commence on the 16th of October 2022 and conclude on the 22nd of October 2022 at the Samson Siasia Stadium, Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. Participating clubs will be required to reinforce their teams with 5 new players who must be properly transferred and cleared by their old clubs and duly registered by the NNL for the tournament. This is to enable the qualified clubs to use the Super 4 tournament in preparation for preparing their teams for the NPFL Challenge. Participating teams are to cater for their logistics, which include but are not limited to accommodation, feeding, and transportation. The teams that will be playing this year's Super 4 are Doma United, El Kanemi Warriors of Maiduguri, Bendel Insurance of Edo State, and Bayelsa United Football Club. Now we'll quickly turn our focus to continental football as Rivers United midfielder Joseph Onoja has said he and his teammates are completely focused on themselves and not their opponents as they prepare to host Wydad Athletic Club of Morocco in a CAF Champions League second preliminary round first leg tie on Sunday, the 9th of October 2022 at the Adokie Amiese Maka Stadium. The Pride of Rivers saw off Watanga FC 3-1 on aggregates to set up a mouth-watering tie against the competition's defending champions. Now, speaking ahead of the crunch tie, Onoja said, as champions of Nigeria, Rivers United are only focused on winning.
No disrespect. The spirit in camp has been warm, has been receptive. We know what's at stake. We are not thinking about our opponent, we're thinking about ourselves. We know what we can do. As far as we are concerned, we are the champions of Nigeria and we have to play like champions. Our opponent, what they are, doesn't really matter to us. We just have to do what we know how to do best, win.
Also speaking ahead of the match was Rivers United fullback Ebube Duru, who was part of the Super Eagles squad for the double-header friendlies against Algeria. He said the players know the threat posed by the North Africans, but will give their all to ensure that they get the desired victory.
No disrespect to them, they're a very good side and they are the defending champions. And we know for the past years now, the North African team, they'll be giving us problems. But we have our game plans and we have training program and all the tactics involved. And as a team, we are determined, coupled with the promise the governor made to us. So we know what's at stake and definitely coming out to give all our best and make sure we get the desired victory.
Now to matters of national interest and national football scene. 2 second-half goals by Mina Tanaka condemned the Super Falcons of Nigeria to a 2-0 defeat by Japan in their international friendly match inside the Novair Stadium in Kobe on Thursday. A string of brilliant saves by first-choice goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie kept Nigeria in the game in the first half, and the Falcons almost took a surprise lead when defender Ashley Plumter struck the woodwork from a free kick. Tanaka scored her first in the 65th minute when she expertly controlled the ball from a free kick and slammed past Nadozie. The second came 3 minutes later from the penalty spot after a harsh challenge from Osinachi Ohale on an advancing Japanese forward in the Nigeria area. Both teams used the game as part of their preparations for next year's FIFA World Cup finals in Australia and New Zealand. President of World Football Governing Body FIFA, Mr. Gianni Infantino, has sent a message of congratulations to the new president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau, and members of his new board following the elective General Assembly of the NFF that took place in Benin City last Friday. In a letter dated 5th October and personally signed by Gianni Infantino himself, Gianni Infantino said, and I quote, "Please accept my warmest greetings and sincere congratulations for your recent elections as president of the Nigerian Football Federation. Your knowledge and leadership, your passion and experience will undoubtedly have an important impact on the development of our beautiful game in Nigeria. Convinced of the potential of football in the country, you can count on my personal support and the help of FIFA to achieve this your goal. The doors of the home of FIFA are always open if you wish to discuss our sport, its development, and the promotion of its values. I also seize the opportunity to convey my felicitations to the vice presidents and the members of the executive committee elected with you, and I wish you and your team good luck and success for all the challenges that lie ahead in creating and witnessing a lasting legacy for the future of football in Nigeria, end of quote. Musa Gusau was elected president of the Nigerian Football Federation at the annual General Assembly, which held on Friday, the 30th of September, 2022. At the national level, he served 2 terms as chairman of the Nigerian Football Federation under the administration of Amadio Melvin Pinnick before his election last Friday as Nigeria's football supremo. At the continental level, Gusau has served in the organizing committee for the African Nations Championships, is a CAF safety and security officer, and is presently a member of CAF's organizing committee for youth competitions. That's the under 17, under 20, and under 23 competitions. Now to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It has now been announced by the NFF that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will confront the senior national team of Costa Rica in a prestigious international friendly in the country's capital of San Jose on the 9th of November 2022. NFF's FIFA match agent Jairo Pachon of Eurodata Sport told the NFF on Thursday that the 3-time African champions have been invited to the Central American nation as part of major activities to send forth the Los Ticos to the FIFA World Cup finals in Qatar. The game, which is scheduled for the National Stadium in San Jose, will kick off at 8 p.m. Costa Rica time, which will be about 3 a.m. here in Nigeria on the 10th of November 2022. Costa Rica hosted this year's FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup Finals, where Nigeria's Falconets reached the quarterfinals, defeating France, Korea Republic, and Canada in the group phase. The Super Eagles have another prestige friendly lined up against Portugal, which is slated for the 17th of November 2022 in Lisbon. Still staying on national teams, Nigeria's under-17 girls, the Flamingos, have flown out of Turkey after a 10-day training camp in final preparation for this year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup Finals in India. The team of 21 players and 12 officials flew out of the Istanbul International Airport to Goa, the Indian city, where the Flamingos will prosecute their Group B games against Germany and New Zealand. They will fly to Bhubaneswar for their final game against Chile. During their 10-day training camp in Turkey, in the Turkish city of Kocaeli, the Flamingos defeated Galatasaray women by 3-1 with a brace from Edidiong A-team and won by top scorer Opeyemi Ajakaye. However, they lost their second friendly 3-1 to Fenerbahce women at the same venue. The first match of the World Cup campaign will be against top dogs Germany on Wednesday, the 11th of October. Now to other emerging sporting stories. The Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports Development, Honorable Sunday Dare, has inaugurated 14 operational subcommittees under the main organizing committee of the National Sports Festival, tagged Delta 2022, to ensure successful planning and participation at the 21st edition of the Games. Sunday Dare, who inaugurated the subcommittees in his office at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, called on members of the newly inaugurated subcommittees to put in their best towards ensuring a successful hosting and a hit-free national sports festival. The minister, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary to the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development and Chairman, Main Organizing Committee, Alhaji Ismail Abubakar, expressed optimism that with the caliber of people nominated to serve on the various subcommittees, the 21st National Sports Festival will no doubt be a success story for Nigerians. He further stated that the members of the subcommittees were painstakingly selected based on competence, relevant experience, and exposure to ensure maximum planning, coordination, and a hitch-free games. Now to some basketball on the national front. The Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Sunday Dare, on Thursday inaugurated the Engineer Musa Kidan-led Nigerian Basketball Federation (NBBF) board at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja. Honorable Sunday Dare described the inauguration as significant for the growth of basketball in Nigeria and a forward leap in the mandate of the ministry in superintending and supporting federations for the development of sports, challenging the new board to embrace reconciliation and the review of its constitution to ensure inclusiveness. He said, and I quote, "For the records, this is the only board recognized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development and by extension, the Federal Republic of Nigeria." Let that message go out clearly to the president, the vice president, and other members of the new board of the NBBF. The task of developing basketball is now under your watch. It now lies squarely on your shoulders. End of quote. Responding on behalf of the NBBF board, NBBF President Engineer Musa Kida expressed gratitude to the minister for resolving the crisis that plagued the federation for over 5 years by recognizing the outcome of the elective Congress. He revealed that to put the past aside and work together with all stakeholders, a reconciliation committee has been put in place to unite the federation for the task of repositioning basketball in the country while the process for the review of its statutes and constitution has begun. Kida assured the minister that NBBF under his watch will develop basketball from the grassroots and restore the nation's glory in international competitions. Now, this from the International Sports Press Association. Gianni Merlo has been re-elected as president of the International Sports Press Association, the AIPS, for a fifth term. The Italian was re-elected by acclamation on the final day of the 84th AIPS Congress in Rome on Wednesday, October 5, 2022. Esat Yilmaz from Turkey and Jura Osmek from Croatia were also re-elected unopposed for the positions of first vice president and treasurer, respectively. A secret ballot was used to select the 4 vice presidents, and for the first time in the history of the association, 2 women were elected as vice presidents. Evelyn Wata from Kenya, who retained her place, and Zsuzsa Sistu from Hungary, who became vice president for the first time after serving as a member of the outgoing executive committee. Ioannis Daras from Greece and Mohammed Haji from Qatar were also re-elected as vice president. In his remarks, AIPS President Gianni Merlo showed a video with the major events of AIPS since 2017, including the launch of the AIPS Sports Media Awards, which has held 4 editions since 2018, the AIPS Young Reporters Program, which has been hosted in not less than 17 major cities across the world, the launch of the AIPS e-colleges, which has run for 2 editions, and 5 AIPS e-conferences and seminars on discrimination, gender inequality, mental health, Tokyo Olympics, and the UEFA Champions League. Now, an update from the the sad happening that took place over the weekend in faraway Indonesia. 6 people, including police and match organizers, are facing criminal charges in Indonesia after a stampede at a soccer game at the weekend that killed at least 131 people. This is according to the country's police chief. Saturday's stampede at the Malang region of East Java was among the world's worst sporting disasters, as hundreds of soccer fans tried to flee a stadium riot and the firing of tear gas by police, leading to a crush worsened by several locked exits. Police Chief Litsio Sigit Prabowo told the news conference that organizers and police were among those being investigated and more people may be charged. They would be charged with criminal negligence causing death, which carries a maximum 5-year prison sentence if found guilty. The suspects include 3 police officers over the use of tear gas, the head of organizing committee, and the chief security officer of the home club, Arema FC. And on that note, I'd like to welcome Okwi Osakwe on Super Breakfast Sports this morning. Good morning to you, Okwi. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Merit. What a privilege.
And now we'll be focusing on, we'll spare a thought for the Europa League games which played yesterday, but we'll be focusing on the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup, because the 2022 Qatar World Cup has been confirmed to be Lionel Messi's final FIFA World Cup. He said it himself. He said, and I quote, "There's some anxiety and nerves at the same time." And then he said, "It is the last one," putting it definitely out there. What are your initial reactions to this? Lionel Messi, final time at the FIFA World Cup will be in Qatar 2022 next month.
Yeah, it's expected, given that he's gone on in age. By the time the next World Cup rolls on, he'll be about 37 to 38 years and may not be fit enough or considered by the Argentine side to be taken to the World Cup. So it was a really expected one.
Really expected one. But now, that got me thinking. Lionel Messi, of course, claimed to be well, not by himself, acclaimed by many football lovers to be the greatest footballer of all time. You know, there is that rivalry that exists between he himself and Cristiano Ronaldo of who the greatest footballer of all time is. But we're talking about the biggest trophy, the biggest tournament in all of world football. Lionel Messi has not won the FIFA World Cup. He went really close, painstakingly close in 2014 when he reached the finals with Argentina, but he's not won it. Could we still refer to Lionel Messi as one of the greatest footballers of all time, or maybe outrightly the greatest footballer of all time, considering his other records for his club, you know, FC Barcelona, PSG now, and without him winning the FIFA World Cup?
Yeah, it's a straight yes, you know, and anyone is free to disagree with me on this, but I'm going to just buttress this opinion with some points. Now, in the 70s and 80s, club football was not so global, and as it has grown to become, you know, lately. And as such, players were judged primarily on performance for country. And then secondly, we now have the club version of the World Cup, which is a Club World Cup, which Lionel Messi has won a couple of times. And then lastly, you could say again, there has been this call, right, and rightly so, to equate continental championships like the AFCON, you have the Euros, the Copa America, and the Gold Cup, you know, with the World Cup, so that players who win these trophies can be considered greats. And then logically, if you, like you said, if you add the World Cup to this equation, you deny arguably the greatest players of all times in the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, you know, the opportunity of being great. So yes, I would say he could still be considered one of the greatest. Ronaldo could still be considered one of the greatest, even if they didn't win World Cup. Remember, even you know, if you also look at the World Cup, we had some fairly average players who won the World Cup. No disrespect to the likes of Christian Karembeu or the likes of Cleverson for Brazil, who also played for Manchester United. Those guys were World Cup winners, but you would not say they would be considered greats just for winning the World Cup. So I would like to say yes, Lionel Messi can be considered one of the greats, if not the greatest, even without winning the World Cup. At least he got the Copa America.
How about when you try to put that up in comparison to the greats that we used to refer to before? Of course, still greats in their own right. The likes of Pelé, who won the World Cup multiple times, and also Diego Armando Maradona, who won it in 1986. Where does that, without winning the World Cup, where does Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo rank against those two superstars?
Merit, you're putting me in a very tight corner. But Pelé had his era. Maradona had his era. Maradona never won the UEFA Champions League. Neither did he win the Club World Cup, but he did so well for Napoli. That's at club level. And talking about the World Cup, he won the World Cup just once. Now, if you want to look at this argument based on the World Cup, primarily on the World Cup, you will say Pelé is the greatest because he won the World Cup 3 times. He won the World Cup 3 times, and for the first time as a 17-year-old. No one has come close to that. No one has come close to that record in the last 20 to 30 years, and I'm not sure anyone is going to beat that record. So judging by that, you could say yes, Pelé ranks up there, amongst us one of the greatest, or if not the greatest. But when you look at the achievements of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo at club level, yes, like I said, he has taken the Copa. Cristiano Ronaldo has also taken the Euros, did so in 2016, and they've done so well. No one can get to the levels that these two were able to attain, with the club. Yes, you could also say they could be considered as the greatest of all time.
All right, and let me just put you on the spot once again. Which of these superstars that will be, having their final bow at the FIFA World Cup stage in Qatar 2022, which of them would you rather see win the FIFA World Cup? There's Messi, there's Cristiano Ronaldo. You can feel free to pick any other one as well.
Merit, I'm an African. I want Sadio Mane to win the World Cup. I know
this wouldn't be his last one.
Yeah, you don't know that. I know it's not realistic, but talking about the ones that will be there for the last time, probably Cristiano Ronaldo.
As a Manchester United faithful. All right, I appreciate you for your time on Super Breakfast Sports this morning. Unfortunately, we'll run out of time. So thank you so much, Okwi, for coming through.
Thank you, Merit. Thank you.
Well, honestly, if you ask me, I cannot pick. If I was to give the World Cup to either Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, I cannot pick one. But we'd like to get your thoughts on the Breakfast Sports this morning. Messi has said he will be playing for the final time at the FIFA World Cup level at Qatar 2022. After that, he's done with the FIFA World Cup. Of course, he's 35 years old. The next time the World Cup comes around, he will be 39 and maybe not in the biggest, not in the best form to play football at such a high level by then. So he said this will be his final one. And the first question I asked Okwe was, without winning the World Cup, where does he rank? If you're ranking the greatest players of all time, is he still the GOAT? For all of you who think that he's the GOAT, is he still the GOAT? And you can also put in Cristiano Ronaldo in there as well. He's not won the World Cup either. So if this is his last World Cup and he's 37-year-old, this should be his last World Cup. If he doesn't win it, is he still the GOAT? And if you were to choose one of these superstars who will be bowing out after the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup, who would you hand the FIFA World Cup trophy to? 0705 079 1021 0811 743 1021 and on WhatsApp 0905 948 1021. Good morning to you. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning to you.
This is Shadrach.
Shadrach, go ahead.
Mary.
Yes.
I agree with Mercy. Because the chef at basketball, they collect all the medals, let the World Cup medal. That's not a deal. You understand? So then I will I want to choose out of Leonardo and Messi. So they are doing well. They perform well. They are trying their best.
So which of them would you rather see win the World Cup? Messi. All right, thank you so much, Shadrach. Put it straight there. He says Lionel Messi. He picked Lionel Messi to win the World Cup. 0705 079 1021 0811 743 1021. We have messages on Facebook. Barinoa Sarubesi says, good morning and happy weekend. A player should rank among the greatest without winning the World Cup based on his performance or contributions towards his club and the national team during his football career. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Thank you so much, Barinoa, for that one. And Kwate Magnus says, good morning. Messi has done his best for football. Whether he wins the World Cup or not, to me, it has nothing to do with his achievements. Let him just go there, do his normal thing, and go home. And then he says, Obi, Ivy, and her Arsenal club won yesterday. Then go soon tire. I don't think anybody gets tired of winning, and certainly not the Arsenal fans. And because you've mentioned it, Arsenal, a much-changed Arsenal side is past Norwegian Minnows, Bodo Glimt by 3-0, courtesy of goals from Eddie Nketiah, Rob Holding, and Fabio Vieira, who came off the bench to put his name on the score sheet for the Gunners. For Manchester United, well, they avoided an embarrassing defeat to AC Omonia Nicosia, because of a second-half comeback to win 3-2 in the UEFA Europa League after being behind at the break. It took Marcus Rashford, a good performance by Marcus Rashford off the bench, by the way, to salvage, to spare Manchester United's blushes. We thought it was going to be easy, and we expected it to be easy, like we said on Sports Traffic yesterday evening. I expected smooth sailing for Manchester United, but they looked like they ran into a little bit of trouble at halftime. They came back in the second half, courtesy of good performances from Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial to win that one 3-2 in Cyprus. Roma were one of the disappointing teams on the night. They lost at home by 2-1. They were defeated by Real Betis. West Ham, the English club in the UEFA Europa Conference League, won away from home in Belgium by 1-0 against RSC Anderlecht. Final call for the show this morning. Good morning to you. Welcome to Super Breakfast Sports.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please, I'm not going to talk about the World Cup issue. I want to ask you about the competition of Kwara United and all the Nigerian representatives that play. So I want to know their result. I did not hear anything about them too.
All right.
I'm calling from Petrochemical here. My name is George Blessing.
All right, thank you so much, Blessing. The information you need, the reason why you've not heard anything about the results is because they've not played the matches. Those matches, all of them, Kwara United, Plateau United, and Rivers United will all be in action on Sunday. This coming Sunday, the 9th of October by 4 p.m. And especially that Rivers United game is of really big importance to us. Go to the stadium. Since you're really interested to know how they play, go to the stadium, the Adoki Amese Maka Stadium by 4 p.m. or before 4 p.m. to watch that game. Show your support for Rivers United, and hopefully the pride of Rivers will be matching on. I've taken a little bit of her time, but Obi Ivy is here, and I'm sure she's happy. Arsenal won yesterday like she said they would do.
Yes, I'm excited about that. But I didn't get to watch the game, though. What were the scoreline?
3-0. You said...
I said we're being modest. We said 2.
Yeah,
yes,
and then I said 3 or 4.
Oh.
Because I know how Arsenal. I believe Arsenal these days.
you.
They know how to win those games.
We're up and running, and we're doing good. But stick around. You know that at 2:15, Comedy House of Assembly comes your way, and that's what we have for you for the Super Breakfast Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We know what you want and how you want it.
Your Super FM. Yeah!
Everyone needs a superhero.
You've heard about it. It's real.
It is.
It's
Super FM, Nigeria's #1 family, lifestyle, talking, urban